around the N. Okay, so that's one. We can widen the N by pulling that to the right, and then that makes it a wider N, instead of, what you don't want to do is this. You don't want to widen it like that and then bring it down, because then that would be really unbalanced to have this stroke be like this. Oh, and then there's another alternative ending for the N as well. Bringing it down and using the corner of the nib, pulling the stroke to the left. Then the O, and start below the waistline, pull it to the right, make a tick mark, because it gives your nib a place to aim. And it also keeps it really clean, the join. Okay, and now the P. Pull it down, use the corner of the nib to drag the ink mark down. Pull it straight down. I'm going to stop before I hit the baseline. Put the pen nib on the left side of the stem stroke. And pull it across to make that join. So we have the stroke, come out. You can see where I stop. And this stroke is like that. And this is the baseline. Okay, for Q, Q is just like you're making an O or an A. There we go, and then you just drag it down. Now for the R, pull this one a little bit longer on the bottom of that R. Set your nib back down. Use the corner of the nib to pull it down. So that stroke is like this. Use the corner, pull it down. Another one you can do is at the top, connect it like that. And so and another top to the R would be this. Just put this down. Just put this on like this. That one. S. There are several S's I'm going to show you. One of them, start the stroke. Straight down. So what this has is, bring this down. I am below the waistline so that this top stroke can join it. The next thing I'm going to add are these two angled diamonds. And then I'm going to pull down the right part of the stem stroke. I'm also going to leave room at the baseline so it doesn't touch the baseline, so that it allows enough room for the bottom part of the S. And this is also in line. What I did was I set my pen up here, slide it over so I can see that it's in line. And this motion is in this direction. Then I can put the pen back here at the top and pull it up. There's another one. If you had a much more narrow space to write in, you could put in 1, go up higher, pull it straight down, need to come down lower, and attach the bottom and go across the top. So that's another S. And I'll do one other one, which is curve, curve, like that. So what this is I have the top of the S, and see how this is in line? So then the second one is going to place it right up here, and I'm going to also curve that to the left. To be balanced, I'm keeping in mind, and I also am not going to go to the baseline, which is down here. I'm going to leave room and set my pen back here to join it. And then I can also do an alternate top as well. I can do the same one up here that loops up, or I can attach this and pull this one down. So I was also keeping in mind of that. So that's the S. So now we're going to do the lowercase t. T is an ascender, however this one doesn't go all the way to the ascender line. It's just above the waistline. Then you pull this to the right, and then it has a crossbar just below the waistline. Oops. So the way that this, I'll do this in this color so you can see it better. Is I set the nib inside, pull it to the left and across. So that's like this and across. And to finesse that stroke, I lift the pen up so I get that little bit of a lilt at the end. That's T, U, you have your entry stroke, your stem stroke. Is that? That's pretty straightforward. The V is just like the U, except it doesn't have that last exit stroke on there. And we'll do an alternate form. I'm going to set my pen into that stem stroke, come out, put it on like that. Use the corner of the nib, pull out, and then coming down like that. And then there's another one. Straight down, move it to the right. I'm also adding that little mark so that it gives it a place to join. Add a tiny bit of a serif, and then I'm going to curve it and join it like that. And now we're doing the W, which is just like the U and the V. And then on the same thing, on the endings, you could add for the last one, pull that out, bring that in, and then you can also do the curved ending that we did on the V. Go into it, and then I'm going to curve it. It's a W. Now we're going to do the X. And straight down, curve to the right, put this top on, the X, set your nib into the stem stroke and pull the pen out, and then do this crossbar. So I have a serif, stem stroke, exit serif. On the top of that, I'm setting the nib using the corner of the pen, pulling it up like that. So this is this motion to the right. And setting the pen back into here, just pulling it out to the left. Also flattening the pen angle to do the bar. Y. And straight down. Pull it down, curve it to the right, set this down. So it's just like the bottom of the G. You're keeping in mind that this is in line here, and then pulling this out, same way we did the G. And there's an alternative ending, which is like this. So that bottom would connect that way. And then we have another ending that would connect. I mean, that would be that kind of an ending. Now the Z. Use a corner of the nib, pull up, slide your pen, go to the right and down, use a corner of the nib and pull out, and then put that on. So that is using the corner of your nib to come straight across, and there's kind of a slight downward action there. And then slide over with that. Put your nib there and go straight out. Do a soft, gentle curve on your letter. Use a corner of the nib and pull it down. Okay, that's it. A to Z, 26 letters, lowercase, black letter Gothic. And now we'll continue on to the capitals.